It's alien time again.
Great.
Yeah, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to try and convince my dad that
That's an acre.
today we're today we're going to try to convince my dad that the Kecksburg, Pennsylvania UFO incident was real. This event occurred in 1965. The federal government would make us believe that this was a Soviet satellite that fell on the same day called Cosmos 96, and I'm about to prove that they're lying.
Our government? Lying? No. Listen, I was debating a U.S. Army major one time, and he got offended because I said the government lies. He said, I refuse to believe that I retired from a military of a government that has ever sinned. His exact word.
I have news for him. On the night in question, a bright fireball lit up the sky across Pennsylvania, Michigan, Indiana, Idaho, Ohio, West Virginia, New York, and Canada. Hot metal caused grass fires in Michigan and Ohio. Sonic booms were reported in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Residents witnessed a blue smoke, strange vibrations, and the sound of something striking the ground.
Could have been a jet.
Go to the next picture.
Fighter jets make sonic booms. They hit the ground too.
It's not near as cool.
Where are they going with that acre? Boy, I bet I'd hate to see a squirrel eat that acre. Woo-wee.
You ever seen Ice Age?
No.
That squirrel that chases the acorn and
accidentally get it?
In the no, but he did, and he did eventually.
No.
The U.S. Army arrived at the scene to seal off the wooded area where it crashed. The state police helped them protect the area from possible witnesses. Men in black began to arrive. According to the government, they found nothing in the woods. Some scientists declared it couldn't have been the Soviet satellite because it had fallen hours earlier, far north of Kecksburg. The object would have led to make an almost 90-degree turn to land in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Russians even crashed one, because I'm surprised they're smart enough to get one up. Okay, dumb as they are, huh?
Stop. Sky and Telescope. We're gonna continue this from the last episode. We're gonna continue this from the last episode where you just don't stop being offensive and bad.
Well, it's true.
Sky and Telemonoscope. Tell me. Sky and Telescope magazine reported that the object crashed in Lake Erie, north of Pennsylvania. At least 23 pilots saw the anomaly. NASA claimed that they had proof that it was a Soviet satellite, but in 1987 they announced they lost the evidence. Also, lost was their footage of the Apollo 11 moon mission.
See, that proves it. They ain't been to no moon. Okay. You see that video they just put out on YouTube, NASA did? About the Orion spacecraft, the new one.
Yeah.
They actually say that for the first time we'll be able to travel through the Van Allen belts and leave low Earth orbit.
And I'm the conspiracy.
So how'd they get to the moon in 1960? Because you can't go around the Van Allen belts. You got to go through them.
I'm the conspiracy theorist.
And then this bozo scientist was on TV. You know what he said?
I'm the crazy one.
He took a piece of aluminum foil.
I'm the weirdo.
And said that...
It's me every time.
It can keep radiation.
I'm just
out
a conspiracy theorist. Why do I believe in these things?
So, you know what?
It's
all he needs to do to convince... I'll believe he went to the moon. Wow. If he'll wear an aluminum foil suit and go into a nuclear reactor, I'll buy it.
Everyone else should, but I don't. I believe something.
I'm done.
Okay. Space expert James Oberg claims that NASA is lying and never had any such evidence. Two other experts named John Ventry and Owen Eclair both believe the object to have been a General Electric Mark II re-entry vehicle that was launched by the Air Force to spy on Soviet Union, and it accidentally fell in Pennsylvania. Recently, NASA has announced that the re-entry was too steep for anything man-made and was most likely a meteor. After analyzing data pertaining to the Soviet satellite, it has been determined that the object couldn't have been the same craft.
So it come in too steep, so it had to be extra testicles, right?
Yeah.
So how'd they not burn up in? Law of physics don't apply to them, does it?
They're using other sciences.
Oh, other sciences.
Go to the next picture.
Tired of looking at that hickory nut.
Okay. Well, no, keep that one. I accidentally forgot to change one, so just look at that real quick.
Oh, cool. That's that one they said it looks just like it.
Stop. Yeah, but go to the next one now.
Yeah, hickory nut.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, now. I
Some
told you about that. I can't understand you.
some residents of Kecksburg managed to reach the scene before the U.S. Army or state police. They reported that it was an acorn shaped and about the size of a Volkswagen. It was the same color as a new penny. It had a strange hieroglyphics around the bottom. Only later would this witnesses question the possible radioactivity of the object. These people stood around the edge of police line and watched a flatbed truck leave the scene with an acorn-shaped object covered in a tarp.
Yet, according to that one idiot scientist, that tarp will keep the radiation in. Won't let it get out. You know, aluminum foil, plastic, it all works the same. Radiation can't penetrate it.
Okay, man. A dendrologist was brought in. A dendrologist was brought in and investigated the crash site and found evidence that something had crashed.
Hey, what was brought in?
A dendrologist?
What is that? Do you even know?
He investigates crash sites. A dendrologist.
Let me look at that word.
Dendrologist, right here.
A dendrologist. That's somebody that's an expert on trees, you dork.
Oh.
Not crash sites.
A dendrologist was brought in and investigated the crash site and found the evidence that something had crashed through the trees at a high rate of speed years earlier. The direction of the pathway was the same as reported by eyewitnesses. Go to the next picture.
No, you've lost me.
Hey, we have some friend that wants to get in.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hang on, let me go get him.
So,
you keep talking.
How can an expert on dandruff know about objects crashing through trees? Was he scratching his head when he said it?
No. What happened was... What are we talking about? I got sidetracked.
The dandruffologist.
Oh, he's an expert on trees. And you're going to have to ignore the dogs in the background. He's an expert on trees, which is what, like the crash site hit trees. So he would know. Like,
oh, I got you. Go ahead.
Go to the next picture, by the way.
All the Nazis.
Oh, I'm going to get demonetized. Well, we're not making money anyways. Another theory was put forth that sounds outlandish at first. During World War II, Dude, they're loud. During World War II, Nazi Germany built a time machine in Poland called Die Glock or the Bell. The actual blueprints for the bell match the description of the Kecksburg object almost perfectly. Despite this theory, most believe the object to have been something extraterrestrial.
So, Hitler sends up a time machine in 1940. And he comes back in 1965, 20 years later.
Exactly. What?
What was in it? Was Hitler in it or just crap and wings?
Well, the NASA covered it up, so we could never know. Hitler could be still alive right now.
He may be in it. It might just be crap and weenies. You know how they like that crap and weenies.
Well, you know Walt Disney froze himself under Disneyland to survive in the future. And that's why they created the movie Frozen.
You know what them hieroglyphics around that bottom of that Nazi bell says? That's in German. I can read it to you if you want.
I don't want you to.
Schnitzengruber.
Stop. The prop that we used in the Unsolved Mystery episode on the Kecksburg Incident is now in a park in town. A local volunteer fire department, VFD, now runs a Kecksburg UFO store and sells souvenirs of the incident to support their fire station. They have also added souvenirs related to Bigfoot to their collection. They also have a festival each year to commemorate. Spit
it out. Commemorate
the UFO crash.
So welcome to America. We can figure out a way to make money over the most mundane incident. You know, when Alan Shepard went on his first flight, he had to pee in his spacesuit because he had to go so bad. So, you know, we need to have a festival where we all pay somebody $50 so we can pee in our own pants.
Well, you heard about I
don't know what this world's coming.
You know that there's a New Year's thing where they have a ball in the middle of like New York or somewhere, and the ball drops whenever like I think like the balls drop whenever it reaches.
I think the balls drop when you hit puberty.
No. Balls drop whenever the new year starts, some people that want to see it so bad they poop their pants.
I don't know nothing about no balls dropping.
Go to the next picture. I don't know what number we're on. I think we're on 6 right now. Please tell me we're on 6 right now.
We're on 6 right now.
You
Is that the extra testicle, or is that Hitler?
I don't know. Leslie Keene even sued NASA to gain access to the information on the incident. NASA claims they've lost the evidence. When she won the case and the court ordered NASA to turn over everything they had, she was not surprised that much of the files were missing. The branch of NASA that studied the object is the group that studied objects of unknown origins, meaning it wasn't something that we sent up. After reading the reports that she received, Leslie Keene is convinced that something crashed in Pennsylvania, and NASA studied it.
You know what? I agree with her.
Keep talking. I'll go get them.
I agree with her. They studied it. And the reports are missing for one simple reason.
What reason?
Well, they're not going to admit they don't know what it is. I mean, it could be a big rock. And they can say, well, we spent the last 40 years trying to figure out where the door to this thing is. That's just how smart them is.
NASA's not that dumb. Go to the next picture. That's Leslie Keene. Leslie Keene.
She ain't going to win no beauty contest.
Hey! Miss Keene's biggest concern with the NASA report is the fact that it happened over 50 years ago. So why they're being so secretive about this thing, if it was a U.S. or Soviet satellite, is, hold on. After 50 years, if this thing was from Earth, I lost my spot. After 50 years, if this thing was from Earth, why not just tell us? Miss Keene believes that the government complains about its citizens not trusting it, but they cover up everything that occurs. Why should we trust them?
Well, that's just the government mindset, man. They got this. They think their job is so important that they have to keep everything hush-hush to the common people because we couldn't understand. One of them government bozos could be on his way to work one morning and run over a cat. And when he got to work and tell his boss, don't tell nobody you run over a cat. Keep it hush-hush. I'll go out and I'll have a press conference and I'll say, we don't know nothing about no cats in the road. It's just the government, see.
Is there another picture?
I don't know. Yeah, there's another
Last
picture.
one. That's it. Look at that.
Unidentified flying object report touches off probe near Kecksburg. Now, aliens, that's not two words you want to use together. Aliens and probes.
Scary, isn't it? You see fire in the sky?
They ain't gonna probe me. Ain't enough. Well, I'd whoop every one of them on that ship. I'd take over that ship.
Anyways, here's what I have to ask.
They don't pick up rednecks for a reason.
So here's what I have to ask.
Okay.
That's like all they pick up, actually. Last night, I was walking down a field and I got picked up by a UFO. That happens all the time.
I don't believe so.
So, okay.
They pick up a wrong redneck, they'll pick up a buck.
Okay, here's the thing.
What?
Here's the thing. This is the end of my script. It's discussion time. This one has global impact. NASA hid something. There's no denying that.
An acre.
No. You believe that?
Huh?
You believe that?
A squirrel told me.
Stop. Be cool.
No, well, it's kind of strange that a Russian satellite fell, but it fell hours earlier and was going in a different direction.
See what I mean?
So does that mean NASA don't really know which direction it was going, or the Russians don't know which way direction it was going?
They wouldn't admit it if they didn't know.
What?
They wouldn't admit it if they didn't know. They're scientists.
So you think it could be a satellite?
No, I'm thinking that. No, I'm thinking that like. No, that was just a smart aleck remark I was making. I think they actually don't know how this went.
And this Dandruff guy, he saw where it flew through the tree.
No, Dendro Wallace. Yeah, that guy.
Ginger Lopez, who is that?
No, the tree guy. He agrees.
So something come in there and hit. And then the government says there was nothing there.
Exactly, right on the money. You remember the story well.
But the only thing is, if it's government involved, it could be a rock. And they say, we ain't find nothing out there. We don't know nothing.
Or it's an alien spaceship or a Hitler time machine.
Hitler time machine.
Yeah.
I'd come more near believing there'd be aliens than Hitler.
Why? It's still a theory. It's possible. You're rank both of those, honestly.
Okay, I'll rank it. The odds of it being, I'm gonna give it being a Hitler time machine a 2.
Well, they'd make Hitler stay silent. They'd probably lock him up somewhere.
Yeah, they did. Poured gasoline on him, set him on fire. Now,
If we're lucky.
space aliens, I give it a 3. I think there's a better chance of that. And the chance that it was a Russian satellite, I give that a 5.
So overall,
and if it's a meteorite, I give that a 5.
Really? So it's everything but Hitler.
Everything but what?
Everything but Hitler or an alien.
No, Hitler.
Alien Hitler.
If Hitler could have built a time machine, he wouldn't have went forward. He'd have went the other way and restarted the war and done something different so he could win.
Or he'd go forward as he would think that people forgot who he was and he'd try it again.
Well, when he comes out of that apron with that little stupid-looking Charlie Chaplin mustache, everybody's going to know exactly who the idiot is. He'll come out and say, Schnitzel,
Stop!
Where am I? Schnitzel, Schnock.
Stop!
You're in Pennsylvania, you dummy.
You get us canceled. But people in America wouldn't know who Hitler was in his mind. That might be his theory. He's not smart. I don't know. Look, man. What are you doing?
What's that button?
Don't touch buttons. Don't touch buttons. Don't touch buttons.
What's that do?
Don't. That makes noises. Don't touch that.
It didn't do nothing.
Why are you touching that?
Look, it just blinked.
It has blinking lights. That's what it does. Stop pressing that. Stop pressing buttons, dude.
What is it? It don't do nothing. It makes the lights blink.
Stop. Don't touch that. Stop.
What's that do?
Hands off. That's echo. That's echo. That's echo. Don't touch that. That's echo. Stop pressing buttons, bro. Stop. Okay. No.
TNT out.
No, that's not. That's echo. You can't turn that on. Stop.